Hello and welcome to another episode of our From the Helm series here at Bell Potter's Healthcare Conference in Sorrento, Victoria in March 2025. I'm Grady Wolf, Market Analyst with Bell Direct, and I'm really excited to be talking to Leslie Chong, the Managing Director and CEO of Imugene. Now, Imugene is a clinical stage immune oncology company that's developing a range of different treatments for stimulating and activating a cancer patient's immune system. So I'm so thrilled to have you here today, Leslie. Thanks for joining me.
It's great to be here with you today.
Now, you do have a number of different clinical development trials and assets going on right now. Now, it's fair to say the most advanced and the most excitement is around the azer-cel and phase 1b study currently enrolling patients. Can you tell us about this and why the market's so interested in it?
That's right. So azer-cel is a CAR T, and I know these are very complicated science, a chimeric antigen receptor T cell. Basically what that means is it re-engineers your T cells to go after a certain target. So it completely reprograms your cells so that it understands and sees a certain kind of cancer. In this case, it's called diffuse large B-cell lymphoma. It's a type of blood cancer. And we have treated 7 patients with this particular combination. And we have basically completely cleared their tumors, 4 out of the 7. So can you imagine coming into a trial after you have gone through or progressed after 4 or 5 lines of therapy? You come on azer-cel as a 5th or 6th line, and the doctors tell you 57% of the time that you're completely cleared. And our longest durability, or patients that have enjoyed this complete clearance of their tumors, is over 11 months.
Wow, so completely cleared, and that's only in phase 1 study. So.
It's phase 1b, but blood cancers of this kind of variety that sees this kind of response, you can actually skip a level and get into a phase 2, 3, and that's our goal. So we will get into what's called a registrational study, and that's a study right before you market. So we're quite close. And that's why it's so exciting.
That is so, and the market's very excited about it as well. Now let's take a step back for a second. Can you tell us about azer-cel and how it works from the ground up? A patient comes in, what happens, and why is this drug different to other drugs available for CAR T products on the market right now?
Great. So autologous CAR T is the only kind of CAR Ts approved currently. It takes roughly anywhere between 4 to 6 weeks for when a patient is diagnosed, fails off of chemo, they have to wait 4 to 6 weeks before they can even get it, because it has to be re-engineered, and it's their own T cells. The difference between auto CAR T and allogeneic is simply we take a healthy donor cell, we engineer it outside the patient's body. So a healthy donor, genetically engineered, and then when the patient is ready and on demand, it takes anywhere between 2 to 5 days for the patients to be able to receive this drug. And as I've said, 7 patients have come in, and 4 patients have been able to, as early as the 28th day, see complete clearance of their tumor types.
Now, why do CAR T products like Chimera and Breyanzi, these names are so big, and other products work on younger patients, but the relapse in older patients is infinitely higher? Why is that so, and why do you think a product like azer-cel is going to be so important to the market?
Well, I think allogeneic product, which is that off-the-shelf, on-demand, is the future of CAR T. Patients can no longer wait 4 to 6 weeks for a product, and in addition to that, they tend to progress off those. They're $350,000 to $500,000 a pop, and quite expensive therapy. There is hope and dreams with the allogeneic that the volume of manufacturing increases, the price would decrease. And the amount of time that it takes for a patient to be able to receive it decrease. Now, you asked about T cells working quite well in younger patient population versus the old. Simply put, your T cells get quite tired. When you're younger, you have healthier, glowing immune systems, and when you get older, you just there's a prevalence for T cells to get a little bit weary, and that's one of the reasons, and there's a myriad of reasons why autologous CAR T fails, but that could be one of the reasons. That's where allogeneic CAR T comes in. If it works in 4th or 5th line, you could imagine that the higher lines or the earlier lines, we can anticipate that it would work even better.
Yeah, after having the access to it straight away as opposed to 5 lines down the track.
And your T cells being healthier and having that healthy T cells from a healthy donor to come in and just help you fight off that tumors and cancers. I think it's the way of the future.
It's a really unique way compared to what's on the market right now, like chemo and other therapies that are working in the market. Now, what can we expect from the azer-cel program over the course of 2025?
So we just released incredible promising news. 4 out of 7 patients, you don't see that in a lot of studies, and especially in a phase 1b. So our next stage is to amass enough data to take it to the FDA for a registrational study. That means a phase 2, 3, so that we can market it and have it available for patients who are greatly in need.
And that will see you through 2025?
So 2026 is when we're going to amass the data enough so that we could go to the FDA.
Okay.
The FDA doesn't want to see you with 7 patients. They want to see you at 10, 20 patients. And so that's exactly what we want to do. Get a registrational strategy from the FDA that is very straightforward, and we'll have that locked down.
And now you also have the master study nearing completion on Oncolytic's program in the ongoing phase 1 study. So you don't just have that, you have a lot going on right now. How are these both progressing? Which is the most worthy of ongoing investment in the clinic?
Look, I think the Oncolytic is really exciting. It's this idea of a virus that explodes your tumor cells in solid tumors.
Wow.
You add these powerful CAR Ts like azer-cel even, and in that combination, you've created a solid tumor situation where we've only seen in blood cancer. So blood cancer CAR Ts have given responses of 50 to 93. In our study alone, 57%. Solid tumors see roughly about 20-30% of response. We really want to increase that. Yeah. And we're seeing activity, and we want to move forward with Oncolytic because I think that is one of the most exciting programs out there.
It's a very exciting 12 to 24 months for you and the company at Imugene. Leslie, thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you so much for having me.
We're excited to see where Imugene heads over the next 12 months, and thank you for joining us in this episode of From the Helm, live here at Bell Potter's Healthcare Conference for 2025.